Hello, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Thunder Fang Steelix in the Open Great League. This Pokemon was requested quite often, so let's see if this Pokemon has some play or not. And we'll see here already in the first battle, we're going to have a great leading matchup, as now we're going to do some super effective damage against the Bibarel. We take some super effective damage here as well from that Surf, but we're going to be able to get the KO here before they can do really anything, because we have that Psychic Fang coming through here, trying to get the full farm on the end. They swap out into the Feraligatr. This is not the way to go, man. We're gonna be able to go for another Psychic Fangs, hit this one as well, and look at the damage output that we have here. And the cool thing is, we have a 2-turn fast move now, allowing us to always sneak in a free fast move against the opponent. And the Feraligatr is down, and the Bibarel is down, and now it's only one Pokemon left, and it's going to be the Galarian Corsola, which you have on our team as well. And the first battle showcases already the power that Thunder Fang Steelix is going to have here. This Pokemon has a lot of potential in the right matchups. Of course, the opponent played this definitely a little bit interesting. I don't know if they were like very confused about the Thunder Fang or anything like this. But as you can see here, we're going to be in a great position now. We can just go for the Astonish down. We survive the move from the opponent as well. And this was the first battle, and they didn't even see my final Pokemon. Not every battle is going to go like this. There are also some core breakers for this team, for example the Gliscor here, which is not really a Pokemon that I would assume going to be insanely common, I have to say. I could see it having some niche play, like I don't think that Gliscor is a bad Pokemon, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a bad Pokemon at all. I think it's a cool Pokemon to counter the meta, but I think it's also a very difficult Pokemon to use in certain matchups. And as you can see here, we're kind of far behind right now, and we kind of have to try to get somewhat of an advantage here again. And as you will see, the opponent can go for a Surf. I could decide to either go for the full farm down, or I have to go for the close combat now. Close combat is going to be able to knock them out, but it's the awkward thing here, where a cross-shop variant of the Primeape might be a bit better. In comes Dami, not a great Pokemon for us to deal with. We're gonna be able to go at least for the Rage Twist, get the shield. We try to swap out, but look at this, because of the close combat debuff, we're gonna be in a horrible spot here. We try our best to fully farm them down with our Corsola. We get kind of a free fast move in, which is kind of cool. And as we will see here as well, the shield is coming through. We're gonna try our best to go for another charge move, and Corsola is carrying this team right now. Gonna be able to go for one Nightshade, gonna be able to go for another Nightshade, and that is gonna be a good game for the Gliscor, and somehow we were able to come back here from this one just with the bulk of Galarian Corsola. Next opponent, we're going to have a pretty bad lead again, and they swap out into the Marowak, which is going to be okay for us, because at least they're going to be able to align our Corsola against it. We don't have a clear answer here. By the way, if you don't have a Corsola, you could also use something like a Drifblim, for example, in this position. Gives you some better play against those ground-type Pokemon. Could be a little bit better, but I just want to give this Pokemon a try for the new season as well. Might make another video just to build a team directly around Corsola. Which I didn't do here. I just used it as a filler Pokemon, which can do the job that multiple Pokemon can do again. And as you can see, we're going to be able to align ourselves, allowing us also now to have our a Primeape against the opponent there, and they're going to have the Gaston now next. I am kind of forced to stay in here for a bit, and this is not a great matchup at all, but sadly the opponent also decides to let the move go through, making it a very, very difficult one for us. We are going to be forced to go ahead and go for some Rage Fist. And my only hope here to win is that I get both shields from the opponent here with my Primeape, and I don't. This is literally game over now. If I got the shield there, I would have been fine, most likely, because I could have maybe I definitely would have been able to go for one Earthquake before the opponent can get to 2 Joyruns. One Joyrun is not going to be enough. But because I just barely not survived that move there, we're sadly going to lose this battle here. As we can see here, Earthquake is going to come through, but I don't think we're going to be able to knock out the opponent's Gaston in time. Oh, they actually have it, yeah, because they have a shield still. Anyway, never mind. They are in this case because, yeah, again, I was expecting that they don't have a shield, but we didn't get to the move, and so we're gonna move on to the next opponent. And this is most likely the worst Pokemon I could encounter here right now, and we are gonna swap out into the Corsola to catch the move, which is quite risky, but I guess it worked out, and the opponent makes a huge misplay by swapping out of here. They should just stayed in there, because they have a great matchup there, as we don't have any chance of hitting them with our charge moves. Both of them are going to be resisted. Our fast move is double resisted, our best charge move is double resisted, and our coverage move is single resisted, making it a really bad matchup. But as you can see as well, we have the Feraligatr against us, not really ideal either. And I kind of misplayed this one as well. I should have not used the shield here. I think I still survived one move from the opponent. Or maybe I don't actually, there's Shadow. We will find out here. I think I still survive one, because I could have actually saved another shield here, which would have been really good. Yes, we still survive it. We're gonna be able to swap out into the Primeape, and they go back into the Diggersby, and I'm like, what do they have in the back that they want to swap out the Diggersby here right now? We're gonna go for the close combat. This wouldn't one-shot them if they let the move go through. They do let the move go through. Now it's the Moltres in the back, and maybe I should have made a call here. Maybe I should have made a call. A close combat would one-shot them. I decided to go for the Rage Fist bait. Great play by the opponent, calling the bait. I can still go for another move here. It's gonna force the shield, but as you're gonna see here, the opponent is going to be able to now go for the full farm down with the Moltres. I have to say though, so far we literally got the worst possible leads. Like, we had basically only ground type leads so far, which is very unlucky, I would say. Like, very, very unlucky. I wouldn't say that this would be something that you would happen against you the entire time. This is something that's just a little bit unlucky for us in the current time here. As you will see, the opponent goes for another Bone Club. They're going to be able to align themselves. But at least I'm going to get the shield here. And I'm going to be able to get some energy on my Corsola, which doesn't really take too much damage from the Mud Slap, which is still going to come through here. And also, of course, the Bone Club. But yeah, it is a bit of an awkward situation for us here as well. As you're gonna see, the opponent is going to be able to align now their Ferrothorn. Now they swap out, which didn't really make too much sense, but they swap out as well, which did not really make too much sense. But what we can do here is we can go for a Psychic Fangs. And at this point, I was thinking, with the one Incinerate coming through here, I think I still survive a Thunder Punch here. Thunder Punch is double resisted. That shouldn't do enough damage, right? It did actually do enough damage, and I think actually the damage buff really helped out the opponent here. You know what helps me out though, is that I can get this one move off before the Incinerate damage comes through. And this will allow us now to have a better matchup against the opponent's Ferrothorn. We definitely have to go for 2 Nightshades in order to knock them out, and we need a lot of Astonish damage first as well. And so it's going to be a very tough matchup for us. I just have to hope that we can still survive a 1 power whip here against the opponent. As you can see here, if we survive the move, we win the battle because we snuck in the 1 fast move, and we survive with a 1 HP and a dream. Next opponent, this matchup would usually be a really good one because you can just fully farm them down without having to throw anything. But because we changed our moveset here from Dragon Tail to Thunder Fang, this is going to be a bit more of a difficult one. We have to use a shield here in case it's going to be a superpower, even though the opponent decides to go for the Dragon Claw, which is fine for us. They swap out now into the Dugong. You might think, why are you staying in here? Why are you not going into your Primeape? And this could be a valid question here, but I just want to keep my shield. This is the main thing for me. I just want to keep my shield, and I could see a lot of times that there is a Steel-type Pokemon in the back if you run the Dragonite. Dragonite makes a lot of sense with like Steel-type Pokemon. And this is kind of why I want to sacrifice here kind of my Corsola and want to keep the shield for my Pokemon in the back. And as you will see here, the opponent goes back into the Dragonite. We can go for the full farm down. It's not going to be a Steel-type Pokemon, it's going to be a Diggersby, and it's kind of the same. We're still going to have super effective damage here coming their way with our Primeape, and this is going to be perfect as we're going to use a shield here now against the opponent. It's going to be a Scorching Sands, very important for us. We can go ahead and go for the bait here actually, which is a bit risky, but I have to see that I can still get to my next move in time. I do still get to the close combat on the CMP tie. We will be able to knock them out, guaranteed with this one, and this is going to be a good game. Lucky that they didn't swap out of here, but it is going to be it now, and we can move on to the next opponent. Azumarill, this was usually a very bad matchup, and now we're going to take a look on how this matchup is going to change with the fast move of Thunder Fang. We're going to have here also Psychic Fangs coming through with this Pokemon, which is going to allow us to drop the opponent's defense, which is kind of nice, and we're going to try our best now to still realign ourselves in this matchup. Ice Beam is coming through, we're going to try our best here. Psychic Fangs is coming through again. Can we actually knock them out before they can get the KO against us in a zero shield scenario? Let's find out. We cannot. By just literally like 1 HP, which is unfortunate because I actually would have liked to have a little bit more HP on the opponent's Azumarill to get more farm here with my Primeape, but at least we kind of are a little bit smarter now in this kind of regard, and we are getting completely hardwalled here from the opponent as well. Yeah, this was not a great matchup for us, generally speaking. How could I do it a little bit better? Maybe try to use one shield against Azumarill would help out for sure. You would be able to align yourself. And I would have had Clodsire against our Corsola, and I would have the Primeape against the opponent's Feraligatr, which definitely would have given us a little bit more play. So most likely, if I used a shield in the beginning against the opponent's Azumarill, which you most likely should do then as well if you want to play this team, which actually worked out pretty well, then you would be having a little bit of a better time there. As you see here, we're still going to try our best. As you're going to see as well, though, that 1 Rage Fist is not going to be enough even after the boost. And I think 1 close combat does a bit more damage than a Rage Fist, and so I try to go for it. But sadly, as you will see here as well, it did not work out. It just did not work out. We didn't get to the move in time, and the opponent got to knock us out. just out of curiosity, while we have a horrible lead for the next matchup, I kind of... Oh, Mandibus. Mandibus is going to be something we can definitely play around. I kind of want to see how much damage buffed close combat from a very attack-rated Shadow Primeape is going to do against the opponent's Clodsire, because I want to see if this was actually winnable if I had just like one more fast move there. As normal close combat definitely does a bit more damage than, for example, here the Righteous even does more damage per energy, which is different compared to damage, because it does even more damage in terms of energy usage. You use more energy than a Righteous does, so it is kind of very nice with that one. And the close combat would have not done enough damage. Close combat does around 40 damage if you have a +1 attack boost on your a Primeape there, and that's like 40% damage, and the opponent definitely had like 45 or something. So we would have lost anyway, doesn't really matter. Anyway, we're going to see the matchup against the opponent's Sandslash, which you're going to be able to most likely win here thanks to the Psychic Fangs coming through and thanks to them going for the bait instead. But they actually decided to use a shield here, which I'm happy about because I can just farm them down, and now it's down to the Mandibus going for Dark Pulse now against the Flying type Pokemon. That's going to be a great catch for us. They're going to be forced to swap out of here. Oh, Gaston is coming in. Gaston is going to take a close combat. Look at the damage. I just love Primeape. This Pokemon is like so much fun. It just does so much damage. It is ridiculous. It is a great save swap as well, which is something that's kind of rare right now to have like a good save swap that is not bulky. Like usually you have like very bulky Pokemon there, but Primeape is like so strong with Righteous and close combat. And again, like, I don't think we had a great time here today in terms of the matchups that we had. We had like a lot of hard counters. And so I'm kind of happy with the team and how it functions against basically 50% ground type leads, which is of course a bit bad if you have a steel type that does electric type damage. So yeah, I'm definitely happy on how this team played. Here, by the way, cool interaction. Here Steelix, as well as something like Registeel, does not care about the energy on a Moltres, which is a very cool. As you're gonna see here, we're gonna be able to go for the full farm down before they can knock us out as well, which is really cool. We can now swap out into our Corsa. This is going to allow us here as well. By the way, this is going to be annoying. As you can see, I didn't get the free fast move in. I should have got the free fast move in. I went for one Thunder Fang first just to have the alignment perfectly with my own fast move, and this can actually now benefit the opponent quite a bit because now I have one less fast move towards getting to the power gem. If the opponent going to outspeed me here now, I'm going to be in big trouble, and I will most likely lose the battle just because of the game not working correctly. But luckily I'm still going to be able to go for the power gem. And Corsola, honestly, like if you have not built a Corsola yet, this Pokemon is ridiculous. Like this Pokemon is just so strong. As we will see here, Nightshade is coming through. This little boy is going to be able to go for a big hard-hitting move here, and we can now knock out the opponent with one more move, as we can even survive. Oh, we cannot survive the Water Pulse. I actually thought we would survive it. Doesn't matter, we still win, even though with a lag and everything. Going to be fine, and we can move on to the next opponent. Final opponent for the day. Again, here we're going to have another horrible lead, like literally lost nearly every single lead and still won the battles, which is kinda mad. But yeah, what I want to say as well, feel free to leave a like on the video, would really appreciate it, will help this channel out quite a bit. And also, if you have some interesting gameplay, there's always a link down in the description for you to send in some battles, and I can showcase it here on the channel as well. Might take a little bit, might be over Christmas or something like this when Great League comes back, but I'm very interested, especially for Great League battles right now, so feel free to send them in if you want to. Anyway, we're gonna see the Clodsire coming in here, and you might think, oh, I have to go for the Rage Twist after I'm boosted. No, I'd rather go ahead and try to catch a move here onto my Corsola, which did not work out. It's going to be an Earthquake, but as you will see here, Earthquake, even though we don't have the IV spread that we want to have, is not going to be able to two-shot us either. Like, it's such a good Pokemon. Like, Corsola is such a strong Pokemon. It is ridiculous. I love that this Pokemon is finally in the game. Like, I made videos, I think, like 2 years ago about the potential of this Pokemon. And so, yeah, that's definitely going to be a very cool one here. Nightshade is going to be able to knock them out. We have a lot of energy still. We have 2 Rage Twists still left on our Primeape, and I think I'm going to try to take advantage of this one now. As you will see here, first Rage Twist is coming through. This is going to allow us to get the shield from the opponent, and we can go for a close combat next to get the KO against them as well. And with this, we're going to be in a perfect position to try to win the battle here. It's only the superior. We just have to hope that they don't get to 2 moves in time, and that I can get to my Psychic Fangs in time, which I think only I need one more fast move, and we can win the final battle. And this team actually worked out really well for me. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.